Hello, everybody. May the Lord bring peace to you. And may I have a picture there? That's very good. Thank you. My name is Torbjörn Boström. That's very difficult to say for most of you, and I don't expect you to learn it this week. Anne, my dear wife and supporter, sits there. Without her in this work, I wouldn't be what I am, besides from the Lord, of course. As you see here in the picture, the daily work within my part of Europe, that is this Europe team led by Grostan, or coordinated by Grostan Stojewski. And this team is co-workers from both MMI and ACTS. And I'm very, very happy for those people because they are the real fielders. As you understand from Brian's speech, that is that we work very much together. Europe is united, but we have, as it's so big, as Brian said, we need to have two vice presidents to handle it. What you now see on the picture here is the countries within my region. He said something about Europe, and you can see the red part there in the map. It's a little bit bigger than his. But I don't mind. There are green color on some of the countries. That is the countries who has an MCF, with one exception. I will come back to that later. For the sharp sighted here, you might see that there are some countries who doesn't have the red color in it. And that is because I was not able to manage this map. So it's just my fault. For example, Turkey is not on the red light there, and Greenland and all the countries up there. But anyway, we have laughed a little bit now, but I want to be serious for a moment. I have to start this with a deep prayer need. As you probably know, the situation in Ukraine is very critical and hard, and the relations between Ukraine and Russia are very tense. Besides all the other problems this crisis makes, there are a lot of Ukrainians living in Russia and a lot of Russians in Ukraine who are suffering, of course, of this situation. We need to pray for wisdom for the leaders and for peace in the region. I know there are a lot of prayer needs over the world, but this is the main need in my region for the moment. So I ask you, when you have your prayers tonight, to include Ukraine in that, and Russia. Some milestones. I don't need to say anything more about Lübbecke, because that is something we have in common, Brian and I. Happy events are, of course, when both Greece and the former Yugoslavic Republic of Macedonia has formed their MCF. It is so encouraging because we have waited so long for this to happen. Now the Lord has shown us the time and people for it. Today, I also can officially announce, including the correction for Brian, a new MCF formed in Belarus, the Faith and Honor. And today, and today making its first day within the AMCF family. What are the opportunities and challenges for this region? I will pick a couple just. Some of the countries in the region are more or less totalitarian countries, which means that we can't operate freely and openly. It means also that we have to be very sensitive when operating with and in these countries. It is, of course, of safety reasons, both for ourselves, for our co-workers, and for the people we have in contact within the countries. Some of the countries don't have military chaplaincies. We all know the essential is that we have to work with the chaplains. We who have chaplaincies know the responsibilities and what good it makes us when we are working with them. I don't need to say more about the Orthodox, Catholic, and Protestant. I had such a lot of help with General Buckingham this morning. He told us about what happens. We have to listen and respect each other and learn from each other. He also told us about, Bishop Odomi told us about having the past. This is the place where Paul talked to the people in Athens. And the guy in the front is the MCF leader of Greece. This is a picture of a well. We have a lot of wells coming up. We have to look for the right wells and take them into action for our future. Don't back from what is looking scrubby. In the most hostile environment, there might be one of God's finest creations. Look for God's guidance. He is leading. What is then our future? The young people. So we must look for what is essential for the next generation to take over. I will try to sum this up. The lamp is bad in the back there. We have to build bridges between the churches for the future, to be military Christians. And that is just Christians, you know. Military Christians. It doesn't know what church we are from. We have to work for chaplaincies. We have to do platforms for the young. And that will make us all one in Christ Jesus. This is a picture from Khabarovsk, in the very end of the east of Russia, in a church. You see the cross as a bridge to the Holy Jerusalem. Let that also be a picture of a bridge that we are building between the churches when we are making ourselves together all one in Christ Jesus. Thank you very much.